heard us mention it earlier. Today is the summer solstice, which is the longest day or the most daylight of the year.
Yes.
That's right. Meteorologist Christian Bridges is here to break down the science behind it. I'm kind of interested to learn more about this.
And you know, Asia, I heard you mention this earlier. Yes, it's the most daylight.
Yes.
You know, we love to say the longest
I know,
day, but
right.
of course every day is 24 hours. But yes, it is, you know, the longest day when it comes to daylight, right? Yeah, so yeah, it's kind of a magic to it, right? The longest day of the year. We're at the peak of the year right now. It's all a downhill slide after this with daylight towards winter.
Thank
but
goodness it's not raining on the long
I
my
know,
gosh,
right?
I know.
It's amazing. It's just like, I love Maine because it feels like, you know, one week we're looking at a 7-day full of 60s, maybe a couple days that hit 70 degrees, and then all of a sudden we're looking, wait, 95, 80s, 90s, what?
Yeah.
It always happens so quickly. And yeah, like it's hard to believe it, but here we are, summer solstice. Summer vacation has started for the kids, and yeah, we are officially here at the longest day of the year. So let's talk about the summer solstice. It all has to do with the Earth's tilt. It does not have to do with the distance from the sun. The Earth does not have a circular orbit, so there are times of the year when it's closer to the sun and farther away from the sun, but the solstices have nothing to do with that. It all has to do with that tilt. So today, June 20th, the summer solstice officially comes in at 10:41 p.m. this evening. That's when the Earth officially reaches its maximum tilt towards the sun. Of course, here in the Northern Hemisphere, we are tilted towards the sun, with the sun at the highest point it gets to in the sky all year long today. It's also, again, the longest day of the year, the most daylight, 15 hours, 26 minutes of it. Kind of interesting up here in such a northerly latitude, we kind of get the extremes of both. We get very long days in the summer, very short days in the winter. Funny, I was looking at the day length time down in Atlanta where I'm from, and they only get 14 and a half hours of daylight today. So we get a full extra hour. But of course, when we get to winter, our days are incredibly short, just under 9 hours on the winter solstice coming up later this year on December 21st. So after today, the days start to get slightly shorter. We lose a little bit of daylight, but it really doesn't become noticeable until we get really towards August or so. So let's talk about the Earth's orbit. Again, this summer solstice has nothing to do with the Earth's distance from the sun. In fact, the Earth is about to reach its farthest point from the sun. Aphelion is what that's called, on July 3rd. So I always think this is such an interesting fact that the Earth is at its farthest point from the sun in the middle of our summer. It has no impact really on our temperatures. Earth is 3 million miles farther from the sun than it is at its closest point, which happens in January. In the middle of winter, the Earth is actually closer to the sun. I always think this fact is so interesting. That's called perihelion. And yeah, the Earth is 3 million miles closer to the sun than at its furthest point. So again, it all has to do with that tilt. 23.5 degrees is how much the axis tilts today. It will tilt back all the way away from the sun as we get closer to the winter solstice later this year. But again, we still haven't even hit our latest sunset of the year. That comes later this week or into next week. And then we get that all the way through early July. So we get to enjoy these nice, bright evenings for quite some time. 8 p.m. sunsets persist through the rest of June into July. You can see we're still seeing 8:26 p.m. sunsets by this point next week. And as we get to July, still seeing sunsets past 8. August 3rd into the 4th is when we finally do see those sunsets before 8, and you can see it quickly goes to 7:36 by the time we get to August 20th. So yeah, we've got you know, plenty more nice long days to enjoy, you guys, and yeah, longest daylight of the year. Always so exciting when we get here.
And we'll get to end it with a nice sunset that we can actually enjoy.
Yes. Yeah, and it's a great time to, you know, go to the Old Port, go to a Sea Dogs game today. Plenty of sun, so
yeah,
really
people with birthdays on this day are really lucky.
Yeah, they might be.
They might be.
Maybe.
This is a big birthday gift, Asia, honestly, from Mother Nature.
Yes.
I know.
She's treating you well today.
I know, and I'm lucky that, you know, my birthday is typically on the longest day of the year, so I'm just very thankful to even be here today, you know, on Arc Maine celebrating my birthday with you guys.
Yes, and you get just about the nicest weekend we've had, really so far this year, I would say, honestly, with the warmest weather, plenty of sunshine, no rain. Yeah, you're lucking out, Asia.
Perfect weekend.
And we'll just hop on the bandwagon and benefit from it as well.
Oh,
that's right. We'll just, you know, celebrate Asia's birthday for her all weekend long.
That's it. That's it.
And if you've got any weather-related, celestial-related questions you'd like to ask our Weather Authority team, you can always email us at weather@wgme.com.